Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Wayne here from Pulling Parts. Today we are working on a 96 Cavalier. Got a decent little list here. AC, radiator condenser, starter, alternator, tank, ABS unit, motor trans, dash bezel, possible eBay list, K-frame if it's good. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out Wayne Maloney's Paranormal Adventures. If everything goes right, I should have a video going up there this weekend possibly. So yeah, go check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe there. And tell all your friends. All right, be back with you in a minute. All right, guys, so I'm back. Yeah, I'm just going to start tearing into this thing. There we go. That's a little more like it. So don't forget, if you're new to the channel, to like and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back and watching. Really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, watch the video all the way through too. Like liking the video and watching the video and all that helps with the YouTube algorithm. It lets them know that you guys like my stuff and go from there. If any of you guys are watching this are in the Northeast Ohio area, generally Cortland, Warren area, looking for some parts, come over to Bob Carl's Auto Wrecking on Elm Road in Cortland and see if we can't get you hooked up. And if you're shopping on eBay, there's a good chance you might come across something that comes from us too. And if that's the case, that's awesome too. We ship worldwide, so wherever you may be looking at parts, if we got it and you're somewhere and you order it, we'll get it to you. So come on down to Bob Carl's Auto Wrecking, Cortland, Ohio, Elm Road, by the Walmart Supercenter. Come see us. I'd like to give a big shout out to Rob, boss man around here. He definitely gave me permission to do this. So yeah, thank you, Rob, for letting me film while I'm working. Lets me get content out to you guys. don't forget to look me up on Facebook, Wayne Maloney on Facebook. Instagram, Wayne Maloney 36. All these bolts on this alternator are 13 millimeter except the one. It was a 15. There's that part. Alright guys, so the radiator decided to piss everywhere when I pulled the cockpit, or petcock, so had to get that situated. There's 2 bolts, one down in there and one over there to get this AC condenser out of here, and it just pulls right up out, as you can see. I'll sit that there. And next I'm going to have to cut the lines and the hoses and get the radiator out of the way. Gonna unplug whatever this sensor is here. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it looks like it's some kind of relay. Goes down towards the starter. That might be the starter relay, obviously. I think. Maybe. It looks that way anyway. It goes out of the way here. Yeah, it's partly connected to the starter and partly goes somewhere else. And I like this engine right here because the starter is literally right there. This right here is a starter. This thing right here. So that's real easy to get to, a few bolts to get it out. Won't be nothing crazy. Try to get you guys to hang right here. See what I'm doing. So tires off, brake caliper, mounting bracket, this nut here, axle nut, rotor. It's all got to come off because drive axle right here is going to have to come out, because when you pull the motor engine, you got to pull them axles out. So yeah, I'll bring you guys along for this little part here, and I'm going to get to it. Alright, good enough, I guess. You guys can see it, looks like. Steering wheel must be locked. Let me see if I can unlock the steering wheel and get that to move. Nice thing about when these cars have the keys in them, you can do that. Just makes it easier to reach, you know, stuff back here in the back. So, got it going on here. Looks like some pretty gnarly Allen wrenches there. Get that guy to go in there. Alright. So, let's do this. As you can see what's going on here. Work that guy out of there. If you can see what I'm doing there, inside there, you know, you get rust and whatnot, so clean that out a little bit. Get my Allen back up here, see if I can get him to go in there. Lightly tap her in there. You'll be able to get her back out once you get it loose. I have no worries about that. GM likes to use Allens and Torx for some reason on their brake stuff. I don't know why. But like I said, just give her a little wrap. Knocks it loose. Comes right back greatest. So that's off there. Knocking around a little bit, working the rust loose that might be in there. That rotor off there. Pull that right off there. DeWalt XR 20 volt impact gun. It's not mine. It's one we use here at the shop. At the yard, I should say. Oh, she's really on there. Oh yeah. Really on there, huh? Oh man. Got juice? Yep, got plenty of juice. There we go. She's just a little snug in there, that's all. Worked it right out. It's a little tight. Bet you she's seized in there. So I got steering wheel turned back straight. Couple little wraps, you know. She's loose in there now. Not as loose as I'd like, but she's loose in there now. Alright guys, so the starter's out, the AC unit's out, exhaust has been cut off up here so it's out of the way. Right here is flywheel, the back's torque converter. These are torque converter bolts. I already got one out. Working this one here loose. I don't have an 18mm socket. I'm going to buy one this Friday when I get paid. I don't want to have to buy a whole set of sockets for one socket. So I am using an 18mm wrench. I do have that. It works. Still a little too tight. There we go. Dang, she got snug again real quick. Must be something in there. Some rust or something. I keep the torque converter bolts. We get the tranny split from the engine. Put all torque converter bolts back in. So, and just kind of like, normally you go out here on the crank and socket and ratchet or breaker bar or whatever and spin it, but these littler engines, they're not as crazy, so there's not as much compression in them. You can usually easily turn it about like that. And I take this, lock it in here. Let me see here. Give me one more tooth there. All right. Then I can get my wrench on it. And get that to hold it right there. See how that breaker bar is holding it? And I got the wrench on the nut. It doesn't always work that way. All cars are set up different. This happens to be the 96 Cavalier. I think it's like a 2.2 liter 4-cylinder. Feels like this is the last bolt. If that's the case, there's only 3. A lot of times there's 4, 5, 6. I think I've counted up to 7 or 8 on different models. Like I did a Honda the other day. It had 7 or 8 little, like 8mm bolts holding the flywheel to the to the torque converter, which is really weird. You don't need a million bolts as long as they're put in right and they're good. I mean, you don't need to grow an ass ton of them. Alright, that flywheel and torque converter is separated, and I can show you how I know. See that? I just pulled a bolt out of there, right there. You don't see the threads anymore, the hole where the bolt screws in. That tells me that flywheel is loose from the torque converter. Alright, now that we're back up top, I'm going to pull or loosen, take out, whatever you want to call it. Get these out of the way a little bit here. There's a bolt right here that you can't, yeah, you can see that. Okay, there's one here, one here, one here, one back under here, and probably 1 or 2 down over there. Those are the bell housing bolts. Get wiring out of the way. They're usually not too tight. I mean, I guess it depends on the circumstance. And I'm wrong. Those look bigger than 15. All that wiring in my way. Alright, so that's those 3 there. I got to do some hem-hawing around up here to get some things out of the way and done to keep going. So I'm going to pause the video here, move you guys around so you can watch what I'm doing and go from there.